Hey everybody, welcome back to the Labs Comic Fan. I'm Steve, and today we're talking Batman #1. So I'm sorry I didn't get to do this on the time frame that I wanted to. My health has not been the best. Yesterday was a very, very hard day for me, so that's why I didn't do any videos. It's really been shitty, and I've been trying my best to get better, and sometimes I have good days and sometimes I have bad, and yesterday was just a really, really hard day for me. But I feel a little bit better today, so I wanted to record this video, and we'll get into it here in a minute. So this is the video that I'm going to be doing where you're going to make your comments on what your favorite Batman storyline or your favorite arc or your favorite Batman moment, anything about Batman. I'm going to pick from the comments my favorite or the one that appeals to me the most, and I will send you this. All you have to do is whenever I pick you, I will say it on a show, and you will contact me at thelapscomicfan@gmail.com, and I'll get your information and I will send it out post haste. But yeah, The Dark Knight Returns is one of my favorites. I think it's one of the monumental books where Batman changes, like the stories got darker, and they took more of that tone, and it's just a great story all around. If you haven't read it, this is a great time to comment on this video and you could win. I will also on Saturday do our first comic pack giveaway. What you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to comment on the PCP roundup with me and John. Each one of these I will let 2 weeks go per video, so try to get as many people as you can to like it or comment on it, or subscribe to the channel. Just like the Batman one, I'm gonna let you comment. I'm gonna allow 2 weeks until I pick the winner. If only one person comments, then you get it, but I would like to have more than one at least. We are also still running our contest for 200 subscribers. This one will be a little bit different. We're going by subscriber count, and whenever we hit 200, we will do like we did the last time with the 100 count. We will do a live drawing. We'll stream it live, and it'll be random. Awesome. So I read from the Batman Omnibus. It's what I do all Bat Bits for, and I did a Bat Bits on the Batman #1. It is out right now, but I only did the Joker portion. This comic is I think it's like 2 or 3 or 4 stories in there. I believe it's Joker, Hugo Strange, Catwoman, and I'm not sure what else. It might just be 3, but it's really neat. I love this omnibus. It's really cool. It starts off right from Detective Comics number 27. In the index, it tells you everything that's on there, and everything that you need to know which chapters are which. So this will be Batman #1. It has the Joker, Professor Hugo Strange and the Monsters, the Cat, and the Joker returns. So there is 4 stories on here before we get to Detective Comics number 39. This does have a date of spring 1940. I believe it's like April 24th or something, whatever I said in Bat Bits. And I'm not going to go over the history of this comic because I don't really know. I'm not going to go look up all that stuff because there's probably people way better than me that have done this. And I don't want to get the information incorrect. But Batman, for me, I've always had a fondness for Batman because he was just a guy that trained himself to do all these things, and he went through a real struggle, even though they just harp on it so much about his parents getting shot in front of him. But it's really neat to see the original, where it originally came from and how close other materials stick to it. And I love these old comics. They have a charm to them. They're not as involved as comics nowadays, where you have to be really sleek and I don't know how to say it, but you have to be really slick when you write because people are so jaded now to the writing of comics. There's a couple different types of comics fans. There's ones that will, no matter what you write, they'll love it. There's ones, no matter how you write and how good it is, they'll hate it. And then there's the ones that stick to their age, like Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age. And there's ones that only like stuff that is new. So I'm a fan of everything. I just look, if the story is cool, if it rings true to me, I like it. And this one happens to be for me, it's really neat because if you remember in all the other Bat Bits episodes, it's usually like, here's Bruce Wayne, here's the villain, a couple pages, and then he goes and beats the villain, blah, blah, blah. This, right from the gate, starts out that the Joker, he's hijacked the radio, and he's telling the people on the radio station that he's going to kill a man at 12 o'clock midnight named Henry Claridge, and he wants the Claridge diamond. So Claridge himself is very worried, and he has a bunch of police protection, and when the clock strikes 12, he's like, well, I'm alive. I made it. And then all of a sudden he starts choking, and he falls down, and he's got the Joker smile. And what I thought was really cool about that is all the other ones, there was mostly like a robbery or whatever. This had a mystery behind it already, because you're wondering, how the hell did the Joker get him if he's not even there? The police go to look at the diamond, and they find out that it's a fake. And Joker has left his calling card, the Joker card. So the first time we see the Joker, it's kind of interesting. He's not smiling. He's not laughing. He's very, very serious. But he does talk to himself and lets us, the reader, know that he went in there the night before, stole the diamond, and then got Claridge with a dart and a drug that kills after 24 hours. So the next night, the same thing with the radio station, except this time he wants to kill a man named Jay Wilde and get the Ronker's ruby. So Jay Wilde does the same thing. He has a bunch of police around him, like all around him. So it's like, how's he going to do this? The police don't know that there was a 24-hour toxin. So could he have done this the night before? We don't know. So he's in his den, and he's standing there, and all of a sudden he starts choking and falls down, and then gas starts coming out of the suit of armor in the corner. Well, the Joker was in the armor, and the gas only paralyzes, but he blew a dart at Wilde and swipes the ruby. Joker's just getting out everywhere. So by this time, not only are the police after him, but a bunch of gangs are after him. And a guy named Brute Nelson wants to put a hit out on him and tries to get his attention. And that's the first time that Batman and Robin come into play. Robin had mentioned to Batman, maybe we should go after the Joker, and he's like, it's not the right time yet. So Batman goes to Brute Nelson's house, and he's hiding out in the upstairs, and Brute's sitting there, and he's just like, yeah, man, this Joker, fuck this guy. Bam, the Joker busts through the door, but it's a trap too. Brute was smart enough to have backup there. But when he does have the backup, Batman is heard upstairs. He comes down, he starts fighting with all the guys, he jumps down the steps, and the Joker makes his getaway. But before he does, instead of using the Joker gas on Brute, he pops him with a gun. And they have this hilarious stuff. He's like, I won't even waste the usual Joker venom on you, you brute, but give you something you can understand. Lead. It's just like, the wording back then, like in the 40s, was fantastic. Batman follows the Joker out. He jumps on the back of his almost mobile, and they're off. Joker tries to shoot him, and Batman grabs his arm, and they start fighting while Joker's somehow driving the car, but obviously not so well because they careen off a bridge. Batman grabs him and jumps out of the car, and they start fighting. And it's cool because we've never really seen Batman get his butt kicked. We've never seen him get his ass whooped. We've seen him get hit from behind and things like that, those little, like, Adam West style Batman. But this time the Joker's just kicking his ass, punching him, bam, and then kicks him right in the face. Batman flips over the bridge and falls into the water below. And there's a lot of this happens too. Like, Batman will get knocked out, and then they'll throw him in water, but the water's so cold, it like brings him back. And that's kind of what happens here. Batman gets out, and the next person on the Joker's hit list is a guy named Judge Drake. Now, this is interesting. I was wondering about this part because we don't have the origin for the Joker yet. We don't have the Red Hood story. Apparently, Judge Drake had put the Joker in jail at some point. Now, obviously, he wasn't the Joker then, because then he would have been on Batman's radar and this wouldn't be a new villain. So I wonder if they could get the records of people that Judge Drake put in jail. I know it's probably a lot because they're not in Gotham City yet. It's New York City at this time, and they could figure it out. So Judge Drake is just as worried. And he has a ton of police outside of his house, and the police chief is actually there sitting with him. So the police chief's like, hey man, just settle down, let's play some cards. So they go to play cards, and the chief is actually the Joker. And it reminded me of the scene in The Dark Knight where Joker was dressed up as the policeman with the weird, because he has the same, flesh tone as a regular person. And it's pretty neat, man. And he pulls out a Joker card, and the judge is like, ah, shit. Ah, crap. I'm dead. And Joker kills him, goes out the door and tells the police outside, he says, hey, the Joker is struck again. The judge is dead, and I'm going back to headquarters. So he is able to get away. They still don't know that it's the Joker. Robin is waiting outside, keeping watch on the house, and Batman had told him, if anybody leaves the house, you follow them. So he sees someone leaving. So he follows that person to an old abandoned house down the road. He goes to go inside the house, and this is where all the Batman tropes come into play. He gets hit from behind, like hit in the head, just like Batman does. Batman had prepared for something, with Robin. He dipped his shoes in an luminescent and uses an infrared flashlight to follow the footsteps. Hopefully he didn't do it to his own shoes, because then they would have come into a problem. He wouldn't know, where to go. The Joker has Robin tied up, and he's about to inject him with the venom. And Batman comes busting through the window, and they start fighting. And this time Batman gets the upper hand. He nails him a couple of times, knocks him into a table that has a bunch of chemicals on it, and it starts a fire. This is an interesting part. Joker picks up the injector gun from the ground and shoots it at Batman. And we see Batman's face starts to turn. His mouth starts to turn, right? But, because it says it right here, it says, the Batman's jaw tightens into the ghastly Joker grin, okay? It says it right there. But on the next page, it says, but the Joker has not reckoned with the amazing recuperative powers of the mighty Batman. It's like, he just gets healed from it for no reason. There's absolutely no, Joker venom reversal spray or nothing. He's just fine. And the Joker makes his getaway. And while Batman saves Robin, who's still tied up and the house is on fire. So Batman's like, dude, I wish I would have known what his next move was. And Robin's like, but I do. He was boasting about getting the Cleopatra's necklace from Otto Drexel. So they make their way there in enough time to surprise the Joker before he's able to get into the house. They're on like a high rise. The Joker is super pissed and doesn't understand how this has happened. And he just takes out his gun and just pow, 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 unloads all the bullets into Batman. But Batman's like, I got a bulletproof vest. So the Joker just is like pissed. He just throws the gun at him. It's like his last resort. And he jumps off the building onto a construction site high rise next. But waiting for him right there was Robin. And he's like, you too? And Robin just runs over, bam, and kicks him in the face. The Joker starts to plummet to his death, but Batman grabs him and pulls him up, socks, bam, right in the face, knocking him out. The next day, it's all over the papers that Batman captures the Joker and stops all the killings. And Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne have an interesting discussion. They're wondering how the Joker made that toxin to give them all those crazy grins. And I'm wondering that too. This guy must have some sort of either what happened to him because of his face, or he has some sort of advanced chemical engineering degree or something. And where did he get the stuff? Obviously, they're not going to tell you until probably later. But the Joker, it's really cool. The last panel is the Joker in jail and still in his crazy getup. They didn't give him prison clothes. So he's saying, I'm going to get the last laugh. So what did I think? I mean, these are great comics. These are awesome. They're a lot of fun, guys. I would recommend paying the money to get an omnibus. If you're into collecting, I could understand wanting to get single issues or reprints. But these omnibuses for the Golden Age comics are great because you get so many. Just by doing Bat Bits, we're on page 161 already. And it's fantastic. Like, all of this has been done from Bat Bits. And look how many I still have left. and I got like 3 or 4 of these, and they have tons of them. They go up to the Silver Age. You could read literally the whole Batman mythos, and I know I'm gonna get there at some point, and some of them are gonna be a lot harder, but I'm glad I'm still able to do this. I'm sorry this isn't the best review in the world, but my health has just been awful, guys. I really I would like to feel more healthy and be able to do this for a lot longer. I enjoy doing this. I know my channel's not big. I would like it to get, I would like it to get up to 1,000 by some point and be able to have actual discussions with other fans, because that would mean a lot to me. And my heart, which is what the problem that I have is it's sometimes very hard for me because I have a lot of anxiety, and after the heart attack I had, which was a mild one, so don't think, oh my god, but ever since then, anytime my heart rate goes up, I get worried, and I shouldn't be, but it's very hard when you're trying to recover from a trauma like that. And I'm trying my hardest, guys. I really want to continue doing this, and it would mean a lot to me if we could get some more subscribers and get some more people and have discussions. But leave your comment on this video, and I will pick the winner in a couple of weeks. Share it with as many people as you can. Try to get more subscribers. Let's create, I don't want to say community because that's too, I don't like that word. Let's create a group of people, man. We can have, I want everybody, outcast, incast, I don't care. The only thing I don't want on this channel is like racist shit. That's it. Other than that, your opinion is allowed to be heard. I believe in freedom of speech. So let's get every single person we can getting in on this and have a lot of fun. I got tons of stuff to give away, guys. I mean, I got box sets. I got all sorts of stuff I would like to give away and just communicate with people. But thanks anyway. Peace!